to start talking about singing, we have to talk about what muscles we use and how to freely control them. So the muscles we use are, I have a picture ready here, this. So basically anything above your belly button is important for singing. For example, your mouth, you have to use your mouth to make sounds. You have to make sure your air tract is, give me a sec. Why is my cursor not being captured? Can you see the cursor? I don't think so. Oh yeah, you can now. Okay, so let's restart. Anything above your belly button is going to be useful for singing. And we have to control them in like various tiny steps. Like when you, for example, learn basketball, you have to learn how to move your legs, how to move your arms, how to move your palms, your fingers, how to move your waist. All these tiny steps you have to learn. Because singing is exactly like a sport. You have to control your body in a very specific way to achieve a certain outcome you want. And in singing, this outcome is often, or always, I guess, a sound you wanna make, a sound you wanna create. All right. So, what are the things we use? We use our nose, our mouth, our throat, our lungs, our diaphragm. Diaphragm is a very, very important part we're going to be talking about, and your abdominal cavity. And before we learn how to use them, we have to learn how to relax them, because relaxing them allows us to actually freely control them without pre-existing pressure, pre-existing tension. We want to release those pre-existing tensions as much as possible before we start to try to control them. And what are those pre-existing tensions? For example, they are habits. For example, if you are someone who slouch, is how you say it, like you're not sitting or standing up straight, like you arch your back a lot, or for example, you like to tuck in your belly a lot, or for example, you like to squeeze your throat a lot. Those are the pre-existing tensions that we want to get rid of. And I'm going to talk about how to get rid of the tensions in first your belly, and then your throat, and then your face, because these are often the most crucial parts. They're not the only parts related to singing, but they're very crucial. Alright, so let's start talking about belly. So the reason why relaxation and abdominal breathing are in the title of today's lesson is because to me, when I sing, these two things are often tied together. They're very much correlated. Let's see. Where do I start? Alright, so I'm going to start talking about why abdominal breathing is good. Why is it recommended to use abdominal breathing for singing? Because one, you can see the figure here. You can treat diaphragm as the floor of your lungs. And the diaphragm is actually a muscle, which is much like your biceps. You can flex them, or you can flex your diaphragm, and it becomes very hard and firm. That's when it's like, a muscle flexing. And you can relax it so it becomes very soft, very tender, very flexible. So we want this floor of your lungs to be very soft. Hello, ladies. We want this floor to be very soft so that when we inhale air, the lung is able to expand downward instead of trapped in the chest cavity. And a visual representation looks like this. Let me demonstrate. I'll stand here. Alright. So, when you breathe without relaxing your diaphragm, as I said, the lungs will be trapped in your chest cavity, and it will look like this. Can you see my chest like moving? And when you relax the diaphragm and allow the air to go down, or allow the lungs to expand downward, it'll look like this. So again, chest, belly, all right. So that's what belly breathing looks like. And why do we want that? Because when we allow the lungs to expand downward, the capacity is going to be much bigger than when you only trap it in your chest cavity. So reason number one is because it gives a lot of space for you to breathe in. So you'll have much more air at your disposal with one breath. And the second reason why we want abdominal breathing is because, as I said before, diaphragm is a muscle. And look at how big it is. I have another picture here. Look how big it is. When the muscle is this big, and it is a flexible muscle rather than a muscle that you cannot control, when you flex it, it has a lot of power if you use it correctly. And I will teach you how to use it correctly. When you flex it, it pushes air from your lungs upward. It pushes upward and causing the air to go out very strongly. And if you pair this strong airflow with an appropriate throat control, which I will get to in a future lesson, you can be very loud, or you can be very precise when you choose what kind of volume you want. So you're not going to be trapped in a very tiny voice, or you're not going to be trapped in a huge voice that you cannot control. You're going to be able to subtly fine-tune how loud you want to be. And this is also very important for your vocal health, because if you use a loud voice for too long, it can be damaging to the vocal cords. Alright. So another reason those are the two main reasons that we want to use abdominal breathing for singing. Right, and how do we get there? How do we get to using abdominal breathing if you don't know how to? Like naturally? There are a few very easy positions that can assist you into that. Like your nervous system is going to be using the abdominal breathing, like by nature. You don't even have to think about it. One position you can use is when you lie flat on your bed, and also you have to remember to not like be tense about it. But another, even like for me personally, a very, very useful position to experience belly breathing is this. So you stand. You let your upper body hang. Just let it hang. Wherever your flexibility takes you, just let it hang. And in this position, breathe in from your mouth, and you should be able to experience belly breathing very like noticeably. So try that a few times. Feel the sensation of your belly expanding and contracting when you breathe, when you breathe in, when you breathe out. And actually in that position, it is very hard to do chest cavity breathing to me. I don't know if it's the same for you. All right. And since lungs, it is made of very elastic muscle tissues, you have to like expand it a lot for it to reach its maximum capacity, like a balloon or like a rubber band. You have to like loosen it up before you want to get it to like a very large size. So you want to do belly breathing like whenever you remember. You just do it like 1 time, 5 times, 500 times, whatever. Whatever you want to do, just do it, and it'll subtly but gradually increase your lung capacity for singing. And this is kind of different from like cardio exercise, because cardio exercise has to do with your heart as well. But what I'm teaching right now is only related to lungs. And you just really want to expand the lungs without so that the capacity can be like maximized. Also, what constitutes a good belly breathing exercise? So you want to breathe in fully without feeling any discomfort. So that's just a general rule of thumb you want to follow. That way you can be safe, but also you're practicing something. You're letting your lungs expand. And most importantly, you're letting your lungs expand downward. Alright. And another goal you want to achieve with belly breathing is to be very comfortably doing it even when standing straight up. Because usually when we sing, we're standing. Or sitting sometimes, but usually standing. And how do you, if you're having a hard time doing it when you stand, like how do you get there? So as I said before, the easiest position to do that is to let your upper body hang, right? And to me, to my knowledge, the hardest position to do it is when you stand, if you're still developing belly breathing. So there are a few like how do you say, intermediate positions that can help you bridge this gap. So gradually you will be able to feel very comfortable doing it even when you're standing. These positions include, but are not limited to, when you squat, like fully squat down, like when you're taking a shit. So that position is also very easy for you to do belly breathing, but not as easy as the one I just showed. So you want to feel very comfortable doing belly breathing when you let your body hang while standing up, right? Hello, Jasper. Have a good night. Perhaps I can watch the VOD. Yes, I will leave it up, and I will try to, I will try to maybe edit it into, I'll see. Yes, you are very trustworthy. Have a good night, and I hope you feel like sick-free very soon. Good night, Jasper, and happy coming weekend. Okay, let's get back to the lesson. So you want to feel very, very comfortable and natural doing belly breathing when you let your body hang. And the next position is when you squat, like when you're taking a shit. You want to feel very comfortable doing belly breathing in that position next. And what's next? The next position should be when you're sitting, like I am right now, but lean your body forward. almost as if you're still taking a shit and like doing it hard, right? Lean your body forward. This position is going to be a tiny bit harder to do belly breathing than the full shit squatting. Alright? So that's the next position you want to do. And the next position, or the next few positions, should gradually guide you to doing it naturally when you're sitting up straight. So now you are not compressing your abdominal cavity as much as when you're squatting. So that's the next step. You want to feel comfortable doing belly breathing in this position. And the next position is going to be when you stand. So I actually don't know how long it will take for you to develop it from letting your body hang all the way to when you stand up, because I've always known how to use belly breathing, so I'm not sure how long it'll take. But that's the step to develop it if you're not able to do it already. Alright. So that wraps up abdominal breathing. Let's review what we just talked about. Why do we want to use abdominal breathing for singing? One, because if you let your lungs expand downward, the capacity is going to be so large, you will have so much air per breath. Two, when you actually lower your diaphragm and when it flexes upward, it's going to push the lungs very hard, so you'll be able to output your volume very much, or very steadily, or very precisely. Also, a lot of people feel like their voice get tired very quickly. One of the possible reasons is that you're not using your diaphragm to support the airflow. Therefore, when you want to talk, because you have to maintain a certain level of volume, so you're using some other mechanisms to create the volume. And what's the other thing besides the diaphragm that can create volume? It's your vocal folds. When you don't have that airflow, you have to work extra hard with your vocal folds. Like you have to rub them together extra hard to maintain any volume. So and vocal folds are very delicate, tiny structures that are not designed to maintain a power. So it'll be easily damaging, or it's not sustainable. So even if you don't need a big volume when you sing or when you speak in general, you still want to develop your diaphragm power, because it'll save so much work from your vocal folds. And what happens when your vocal folds are tired? You get hoarse. You lose control such as a pitch, such as a tone you want, such as how steady you want to be, or how smooth you want to be, how quickly you want to transition between notes. Those are the controls that may be lost when your vocal folds are tired. Okay. And what else do we want to relax? Let's now get to the throat. The way to relax our throats, our own throat, there are two ways I recommend. One is simply by yawning, and you have to yawn like you mean it. You have to yawn with your face being so ugly, like that. So try it at your comfort. You don't need to show your yawning face to anyone. Just be genuine and do the yawn. So why is yawning helpful for relaxing your throat? It's because when you yawn, your body like automatically opens up a lot of the space in your mouth, in your throat, especially, very, very importantly, your what's it called? I forgot what it's called. Let me find it. Let me find the name of that thing. A larynx. Yeah. Your larynx. So where's your larynx? Oh, I should have just kept the picture there. Let's find a photo for that. It should be good. Right. So the larynx, as you can see here, is around the groove between your chin and your neck. So you can actually touch your larynx through your skin. And I recommend doing this. A finger, hold it like this, and put it in the groove, right? In this area, in the picture, and do the yawn. Do it like you mean it, okay? Every time. You have to mean it. And when you yawn, what happens is your larynx is lowered, and this part of your like neck muscle, I guess, it expands like in this direction. So you get a lot more space here, and all that space is like basically when you yawn, when you wanna open up the space inside your throat, those muscles around your neck and your throat, they have to relax. They have to, yeah, because when the muscle tissues are relaxed, it expands, right? And when you flex, it becomes tight, right? So they want to relax outward. So when you can physically feel your larynx expand downward, it means your larynx is. It means your throat is opening up. It means the muscles around it are relaxing. And when you relax, your voice can sound like, some people may feel their voice become fuller. Some people may feel their voice become more airy. Some people may feel their voice become lower or deeper. But it doesn't matter, as long as you're yawning sincerely, you're going to feel the relaxation. Okay, so that's the method number 1 for relaxing your throat. Just yawn. Right? And the next method is going to have a double effect. It can relax your throat as well as your face. So let's do I need any picture for this? I don't think so. So let's just stay here. I'll make it a little bit smaller. Let's stay with this image. The next method for us to relax our throat and our face is by doing the lip trill or doing the tongue trill. I don't know how to do the tongue trill. It is the lip thing, the tongue thing you have to do in certain languages. I don't know how to do it, so I cannot demonstrate it, but I can find a video for it, maybe. Let's find some tongue trill. Just a random video.
to get straight into it. But firstly, I am said before that you need to have a good.
This.
Okay. So
yeah, this is tongue trail. I don't know how to do it, but if you can, that's very useful too. And the other way to do it is lip trill. Lip trill is basically this. And you can pair it with a sound like that guy just demonstrated. However, if our goal is just to relax our face and our throat, you don't really want to make any voice yet. Just blow air out. And what happens if you can't do it? There's a way to help you reach there. Just use 2 fingers and put a touch the corner of your mouth. Touch them and push them slightly upward. And just breathe. Without using any of your facial muscles or your lips, just don't move them. Let them be free. Let them be numb. And just breathe out. And depending on the shape of your lips, you might need to push more upward or less. Just experiment with it, and you have to be very, very, very mindful that you do not use any force on your face or your lips. Alright? Just push them upward push the corner of your mouth upward with your fingers, and then breathe out. And sometimes if your airflow is too strong or too weak, it may also prevent lip trill from happening. So experiment with it. Alright, and the reason why this is helpful for relaxing your throat is because it is creating a vibration. So it's kind of like those kind of massage guns, those guns with a big ball at the end, and it massages your muscles. It's kind of like that for your throat. You don't really want to use that kind of equipment on your throat, but doing the lip trill is very similar to that. You use the vibration to loosen up the muscle tissues within your face, within your throat. So this is a different aspect of relaxing your throat. The first method, which is yawning, is by expanding and withdrawing the force or the tension within your muscle, like actively, like stop using them. But the vibration is like an outward approach to relaxing your throat. Feel the vibration going down from your lips and going down into your throat. See, you need to experiment with it. All right.